Hello everyone and welcome to Think Again. This is the place where you learn valuable life lessons that help you become more aware and improve your life for the better. Have you ever felt lost in life? I've been there. Feeling like I was drifting, missing out on important lessons. It almost cost me everything. But the truth is, every time you face rejection, it's not the end. It's a redirection towards something better. Today, I'm going to share how you can take control of your life and turn challenges into stepping stones for a brighter future. Stay with me to discover how you can shift your mindset and take charge starting now. Rejection can be one of the most painful experiences in life. Have you ever felt like you've done everything you could, only for the result to not meet your expectations? Have you ever poured all your heart and soul into an opportunity, a dream, only to face rejection? The feeling of disappointment, the emptiness, and sometimes even shame are inevitable when rejection strikes. I've been there myself, standing in front of closed doors, feeling like there was nowhere else to go. I vividly remember the time I received a rejection letter from a job I had been hoping for. A door slammed shut, and I felt like my world was falling apart. I thought to myself that maybe I wasn't good enough, maybe I wasn't lucky enough, maybe I didn't have the skills or talents to achieve what I dreamed of. But after some time I realized something important. Rejection is not an end. It's an opportunity to change direction. Yes, in the moment it feels like a defeat, but in reality rejection is an opportunity for you to pause, reflect on yourself and find a better path. A path you can control, a path you truly deserve. Think about the times you've been rejected in the past. Maybe it was a failure in your career, in love, or in your personal goals. Let me ask you this, were those really failures? Or were they stepping stones that helped you understand yourself better, helped you clarify what you truly want in life? Because when one door closes, another opens, and perhaps those other opportunities are exactly what you need to begin a new chapter in your life. But to realize this, you need to change the way you view rejection. Instead of thinking that rejection means you're not good enough, think of it as a sign that you need to look for another opportunity, one you may not have considered yet. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own expectations that we don't realize there are other doors waiting for us. Doors that may be more aligned with your abilities, your passions, and the path you're truly meant to follow. Rejection may hurt, but remember, within every failure lies a valuable lesson. Every time you're rejected, you're learning something new about yourself. You're understanding your limits, the things you need to improve, and most importantly, you're discovering what you truly want in life. It's through that rejection that you grow stronger, wiser, and more determined to move forward. The key is to transform rejection into power. You can't change the past, but you can change how you react to the present and the future. When you realize that rejection isn't an end, but a chance for you to begin again, you'll be able to stand firm in the face of any challenge in life. When you're rejected, don't rush to feel like you failed. Remember, every rejection is an opportunity for you to change and refresh yourself. Sometimes all you need is a little time to reflect on what has happened, to reevaluate the goals you've set, and to find a path that's more suited to who you are. Don't let rejection defeat you. Use it as a springboard to rise higher so you can discover opportunities you've never imagined before. And don't forget, you are the one who controls your own life. You can't control everything around you, but you can fully control how you respond to them. When rejection comes, you can choose to see it as a failure, or you can choose to see it as a sign to step out of your comfort zone, to experiment, to learn, and to grow. And it's these moments that will help you mature and discover better opportunities than you could have ever dreamed of. 3. So, don't be afraid of rejection. Don't fear failure. Understand that in every rejection, there's an opportunity to find something better. You can choose to be defeated, or you can choose to stand up, look ahead, and continue your journey with the strong belief that the best things in life are still waiting for you. Life is a book and you are the author. Imagine that every decision you make is a page in this book. Whether small or big, every choice creates a unique story and leads to different outcomes. Surely you've experienced moments when you felt lost, as though everything was working against you. That's when you face choices, unsure of whether you're making the right decision. And when the result isn't as expected, you might ask yourself, did I do something wrong? The truth is, not every decision in the past leads to a better outcome, and that's the beauty of life. We are not perfect, and we can never predict the result of every decision we make. But what truly matters isn't the outcome you receive, it's how you face those outcomes and what you learn from them. Think back to moments in your past, those times when you felt you failed. Maybe it was a job you worked so hard for, but were rejected, or a relationship you invested deeply in but it didn't last. When you look back, do you feel regret about those choices? But in reality, those so-called failures were an essential part of building who you are today. Because from those mistakes, you learned invaluable lessons. You learned more about yourself, about your capabilities, and most importantly, you learned what you truly want in life. But what if I told you that every time you feel you've gone the wrong way, it's actually an opportunity to step into a new phase of life? Every mistake is not the end, it's a turning point that leads to something better. Have you ever realized that the right decisions are sometimes not the easiest ones? We often seek the shortest, easiest paths, but sometimes the most difficult roads are where we learn the most. Imagine your life as a long road where you face countless crossroads and choices. And although not every choice you make leads to the desired result, each time you face a decision, you have an opportunity to learn and grow. If you never dare to take the harder paths, you'll never realize the potential within you. We often only discover our true strength when we step out of our comfort zones and face greater challenges. Surely you've heard the saying, life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. And that journey is not always easy. But if you learn to see life as a series of opportunities to grow, you'll realize that every decision, whether a failure or success, has its value. Those difficult moments, those failures, are where you forge your perseverance, patience, and inner strength. It's in those trials that you discover the ability to overcome all barriers and build the life you desire. Never let the wrong decisions in the past make you feel undeserving of something better. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn more about yourself, and from there, you can take control of your future. Ultimately, your life is decided by you. You have the power to rewrite your story at any moment. Remember, you are not the result of past mistakes, but the choices you make today. Each day is a new opportunity to make different choices to move forward. You can create the life you want, and you are the only one who has the power to decide that. We all live in a world where time seems to be racing against us, where happiness is exchanged for long-term plans, endless goals, and responsibilities that never end. We live in a society where happiness seems to be placed in a distant future. When I get my dream job, I will be happy. When I have my own house, I will feel complete. When I have enough money, I will relax and enjoy life. And so we continue chasing those goals, forgetting that happiness is not a destination, but a state you can live in right now in this very moment. The truth is, happiness isn't something you find in the future. It's something you can create right here and now in the present moment. We often think that happiness is something we must wait for, something grand that we must achieve. But in reality, happiness is found in the simple things of life. A pleasant morning, a warm smile from a friend, a delicious meal shared with family, or simply a moment of peace in the park. These moments, although small, are the true contentment that you can find now. We tend to think that happiness is something big we need to achieve, but the truth is, joy is often found in the simplest, most overlooked moments of our lives. When you focus solely on the end goal, you miss all the wonderful moments along the way. Happiness is not something you wait for, it's something you can find in every step of your life. Sure, in life, we all have goals we need to accomplish. However, if you only look at the final destination and ignore the first steps along the way, you will never truly experience the journey. And life isn't just about what you achieve. It's about how you live, feel, and experience everything along the way. The moments you spend in the present are the most precious, and they are what create real joy. Happiness is not something far away, nor something you must find at a distant point. It's something that lies right in front of you in the moments you are experiencing right now. You can find joy in doing what you love, in sharing meaningful moments with loved ones, or in simply laughing with friends. All of these things are real happiness, and you don't have to wait for them. They are available to you right now. Have you ever wondered how much joy you've missed in life just because you were always worrying about the future? We often get caught up in thinking about what hasn't happened yet and forget about what is happening right in front of us. Try taking a moment to look around you. Have you ever noticed the simple, beautiful things that are already part of your life? Maybe it's a beautiful morning when you wake up and hear birds singing outside your window, or the warmth of a meal shared with your family, or even just a quiet break to reflect on life. These moments may seem small, but they are exactly what make life worthwhile, and they are real joy you can experience right now. Why is it that we can't find happiness in the simplest things? It's because we've grown accustomed to looking for something bigger, something external, thinking that only when we have it, we will feel fulfilled. But the truth is, each moment you live, you can create joy if you just know how to live fully in it. Remember, happiness is not the final destination. Life is not a race to achieve a goal, it's the journey itself. If you only focus on reaching the end, you'll miss the wonderful moments along the way. You don't need to have everything in life to feel fulfilled. You just need to know how to appreciate what you already have, how to enjoy the present, and you'll see that life is truly beautiful. Happiness isn't a faraway thing, waiting for you to reach it. It's right here in what you already have. We often rush through life, missing out on the little things. But if you just stop, look around, and take a moment to enjoy the present, you'll realize that the things you've been searching for are already in your life. You can spend your whole life waiting for happiness to come, but life truly is about the moments you're living right now. It's about feeling joy in the little things, the everyday experiences, not just in reaching some big goal. If you don't learn to enjoy the present moment, you'll miss out on so much beauty already in your life. True happiness is not somewhere you need to search for, it's something you can create by simply living fully in the moment. So don't wait for a better tomorrow to be happy. Start living for today. Enjoy the little things, embrace every moment, because that's where true happiness is found. Life is not a race to achieve the end goal, it's the journey you enjoy every step of the way. Let every moment of life be a part of your joy, and you'll find that life is truly worth living. Life, like a long book, is not always filled with pages of ease. There are chapters we want to rush through, moments we wish we could skip, but in reality, it's those very pages that matter the most in your life story. We all wish for a life that flows smoothly, free from problems, free from failure. But the truth is, it's in those difficult moments, those challenges and adversities, that you find your true strength. Personal growth doesn't come from easy times, it comes from the adversities you must overcome. Yes, you won't grow if your life is always smooth, with no challenges in sight. That's why failure is such an integral part of life, not for you to feel defeated, but for you to learn, grow, and become a better version of yourself. Every time you face a challenge, you have the opportunity to discover hidden strengths within you. You might be feeling the pain right now, feeling like everything is working against you, but remember, it's in these moments that you're learning your most valuable lessons. Every challenge, every failure, every pain you go through helps you become stronger. It builds your confidence and your perseverance. Indeed, it's these failures that helped me understand myself better. It's not the times when you want to run away, but the times you need to face head-on in order to learn and grow. Personal growth isn't something that comes naturally and easily. To become the person you want to be, you must face challenges, and sometimes those challenges are harsh. You will never know the depth of your abilities if you've never been through moments when you feel like you can't make it. It's in those very moments that you'll realize there are resources within you that you never knew existed. You're stronger than you think, more resilient than you imagined, and most importantly, you can face whatever challenges come your way. But to overcome these challenges, the most important thing is how you perceive failure. Truly, failure isn't an end, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to reflect on yourself, to see your weaknesses, and to improve them. When you fail, you can learn how to be more patient, find solutions when things aren't going your way, and most importantly, you learn not to give up. Perseverance is what gets you from one failure to the next success. But it's not just about overcoming your personal challenges. It's also about how you treat others while you're facing adversity. How you empathize with them, support them in their struggles, and how you deal with your own difficulties. That's what truly shapes your character. Remember, when you're facing adversity, it's not just about how you deal with your own life, but how you treat others in their times of need. How you treat others reflects who you are. You can choose to be the one who lifts others up, who inspires them to overcome their own challenges, or you can choose to remain patient and understanding as you face your own challenges. Really, personal growth isn't just about how you overcome your own challenges. It's also about how you treat others while going through those times. When you know how to face adversity without losing yourself, you'll also learn how to maintain patience and kindness while dealing with the struggles of others. Personal growth is an ongoing process, and throughout that process, how you treat others is just as important as how you face your own challenges. So when the next challenge in your life arises, don't see it as something bad. See it as an opportunity to learn, to rise stronger, and to inspire those around you. Remember, it's in those difficult moments, those trials and failures, that you'll discover your true power, and the most valuable lessons will come from those very adversities. In a world that glorifies busyness, where success is measured by speed and noise, choosing to slow down, to be still, to be alone, is one of the bravest things you can do. We're taught how to connect, how to impress, how to keep doing something. But no one teaches us how to be alone without feeling empty. You will never truly know what you want until you've sat with yourself in silence. Until you've looked into the darker corners of your mind, where your fears live, where old wounds still breathe, where forgotten dreams wait to be remembered. Being alone doesn't mean you have to be great. It simply asks you to be honest with yourself, and that can be harder than any challenge out there. Trust is not something everyone deserves. You can be warm. You can be open. But not everyone has earned a place in your most vulnerable spaces. Some come only to measure your fragility. Some listen not to understand but to judge. As you grow, you begin to realize, loving others doesn't mean granting unlimited access. Being kind doesn't mean you let just anyone into your heart. Trust must walk with discernment. A mature heart doesn't close itself off. It simply learns which doors should stay open and for whom. You're not colder. You're wiser. And in that wisdom you protect the most sacred thing. Your intact inner world. You don't have to keep pretending you're strong. You don't have to hide your tears just to look composed. You don't have to say I'm fine when you're quietly falling apart. The world doesn't need more people who are good at enduring. The world needs more people who can say, I'm tired. I need to be held. I'm in pain but I'm still trying. Vulnerability isn't the opposite of strength. It's the root of it. You will never truly be strong until you've allowed yourself to be weak. When you admit you need rest, love, softness, that's when you meet your real self. And that's when healing can begin. Let the tears fall. Let the silence hold you. Let the world see not just your triumphs, but your truth. Have you noticed? Real maturity isn't about arriving. It's when you no longer feel the need to prove anything. You stop performing. Stop pretending. Stop pushing. You simply live truthfully. You allow yourself to slow down, not because you can't keep up, but because you no longer want to run toward things that don't matter. You don't need 10 people to understand you. You just need you fully, gently, unapologetically. Take time to be alone, not to escape others, but to meet yourself again. Be selective with your trust, not out of fear, but out of self-respect. Be vulnerable, not to collapse, but to stand in your truth. This world doesn't need you perfect. It needs you honest, present, alive. And it all begins with something surprisingly simple. Having the courage to sit quietly with who you are. You don't need to be whole to be worthy. You just need to be honest to be free. You are not broken. You're becoming. And that's a beautiful thing. Perhaps after everything you've just heard, the most powerful thing isn't knowledge, it's a gentle awakening. A quiet whisper saying, you don't have to be extraordinary to be worthy of love. You don't have to always be strong to be respected. And you don't have to go far to find peace. Sometimes it's right here in the moment you pause and softly say to yourself, I'm here. I'm still breathing. I'm learning to come home to myself. Too, in this messy, beautiful journey of life, there will be times you fall, doubt yourself, or feel completely lost. But always remember, every adversity is a teacher. Every rejection is a redirection, not a dead end. And every moment of vulnerability is a chance to rebuild yourself, not with shame, but with love and compassion. Strength isn't about never breaking. True strength is the courage to rebuild again and again with kindness toward yourself. If any part of this message resonated with you, do something for you today. Take 10 quiet minutes, no goals, no expectations, just to be still with yourself. Write down one thing you're grateful for, even if it feels small. Share this video with someone who needs to hear these words. Maybe they haven't said it, but they've been waiting to feel understood. 4. And if you want to keep growing, healing, and rediscovering yourself with us, hit subscribe and let's walk this path together. Because sometimes the only thing we need is someone quietly walking beside us with presence, with understanding, and with truth. You don't need to be perfect to be real. As the page turns, we see a fresh blank space, symbolizing that the next chapter begins now, and they're the one writing it.